got this feeling, baby, we're invincible.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Notts County. As always, if you're enjoying the save, drop a like on the video, that would be amazing. So, first episode on the brand new 2.2.4 patch, the one that's basically the beta with some extra stuff hopefully added in. That seems to be the opinion I was given having looking at the patch notes and what they were saying. So my thoughts on it, I'll tell you them properly in a minute, and I don't think I can really give too much of an opinion on it just yet because we've only played sort of 4 or 5 games. Firstly, this is El Hadji Silla. He's going to be joining us in January. My scout found him a couple of weeks, no, not even a couple of weeks ago, a little while ago, and I've been scouting and had a look. And then when I saw my scout had gotten fully scouted, his rating went right up, and the reason for that was because the price he was available for. Now I know it's another central midfielder, but when you can get a guy of this quality for £120, 120, that would be quite cheap, £120,000, it was really a no-brainer. 6'3", great, balanced jumping reach. He's got great stamina as well. Decent general, everything, great technique, teamwork, vision. He's just a good player, basically. 19-year-old Senegalese, coming in from Génération Foot. So yeah, he'll be joining us in January. 120 grand, just to bolster that midfield. And I think this guy has real mad potential that he could be a long-term success with us in the midfield. It'd be nice to have a Senegalese player. So, I had a bug. Which was one of my first few experiences with using this new patch, was to get a bug that caused me to have to literally crash the game. Not crash the game, but shut it off. And therefore I lost a game's worth of work, which is very frustrating. I'll just show you the actual footage I took of that now, because I wanted to prove that it actually did happen. Right, so just very quickly, future me will have already mentioned this. I'm going to have to quit out the game, and it's annoying because I'm going to lose the Villa result with our late goal from Ernesto Sassano, which really pisses me off because we've got to a 1-1 draw with West Ham. It will not let me progress to the penalty shootout. It let me select the players for the penalty shootout, and then nothing happened after that. And now I've tried every single button on the keyboard. I've tried going back to the patch. I've tried everything, and I cannot get it to progress past this screen and actually let me do the fucking penalty shootout. So yeah, that's going to be an entire play session's worth of matches and analysis gone down the toilet. So that's good. Good start to the new patch there. That's a frustrating one, I've got to say. So that pissed me off to no end. I looked on the internet, and this bug has been a thing since 2012. No idea what causes it. It just happens, and there was nothing I could do. So I couldn't even reload the game. Not that it would have mattered anyway. I had to physically quit the entire game, and because I don't just save before random matches, we lost not only that, but as you will have seen briefly, I think from me when I went to the homepage, we also lost a 1-0 victory over Villa, which really pissed me off because it was a 91st minute winner from Ernesto Sassano, scoring his first goal for the club, which gave us a 91st minute winner in a game which we were under the cosh for a lot of, and I was so happy to get that victory. And then, yeah, we had to replay the bastard. So unfortunately, when we did the replay of the game, we drew 0-0. Frustrating times. I'd argue that we probably had more chances in this game than we did in the first game against Villa. They were worse as well. Grealish was excellent, as was Dubois. Dubois really does seem to be coming into his own a little bit more now. I'm really liking his work in that central midfield role. I do think the patch has made him better, and I have noticed a few little things, which again we'll talk about once we get to the league screen. But yeah, a frustrating 0-0 draw considering we won it in the original version, so to speak. So that's 2 points that we didn't get. And then sadly we also went out to West Ham on penalties, because the replayed version also went to penalties. Ron Coates equalised for us after Jesse Lingard had put them in front. They have a stacked team. They had Felipe Coutinho, all they did in the first game. I guess they didn't decide to play him in this one, but they do have him on their bill. So yeah, we lost 13-12 on penalties. I had enough time to go have a piss, go make a cup of coffee, come back, text M. It just went on forever. The penalty shootouts are a nightmare to watch because they take so long. But eventually we went out 13-12 because Kazikov missed a penalty, I think. Or he scored one, but I think he missed another one because obviously everybody had to take a bastard. So yeah, out we go. But it was a rotated side, and we actually played okay. But annoyingly, we played much better in the first version of this game, and Ernesto Sassano was running the show, and he was oblivious in this game. Thankfully, though, we were much, much better at home against Southampton. But honestly, this game was pretty even as well. We still had some decent chances in this one, but 3-0 is very, very flattering on us. Kim Gui-hong scored his first goal for us. Stepanek got the ball, rolled it around the corner, and he actually had a lovely little strike into the bottom corner for 1-0. We then added another one through Thomas Stepanek as David Ferguson headed the ball into his path, and he just volleyed it straight in before Ernesto Sassano grabbed a late one, or not even that late, as Ricky Griffiths knocked the ball to the side for him, and there was Sassano to make it 3-0 in the Premier League. Maybe a little bit of naivety naivety from Southampton as a newly promoted side, but that was a big win. I think the other reason I was annoyed to lose the game against Villa, initially, other than the fact that we've literally lost points, was the fact that the goal Susano scored came when Hyun got in a position where they would almost always shoot, and instead he dinked it up to the back post for a header for Susano, and I was ecstatic to see it happen. And then lastly, we went and lost 2-1 away at Watford. Pretty even game for the most part. Chances for both sides. They scored a goal very early. Well, not even in the first half. Turin Xiao ball whipped across, and there was him at the back post to head it home. Frustrating one. Maybe the goalkeeper could have done better, but there you go. Jan Valery then just got one of those weird ones where they get into the corner of the box, have a strike, and it just kind of, nobody moves and it just goes straight in. You see them sometimes. Like Robbie Burton scored one for us last year. But then almost immediately, we got a goal from a free kick. Not long after that, as Yoon Dong Yong got us back into the match. But we did have a few more chances, but couldn't quite put the icing on the cake there. I still don't understand what this is about one-on-ones being fixed, because I've seen one-on-ones for both sides so far, and again, not a big enough sample size, but not one of them has been scored, and it looks identical to what it did before. But hey, we'll see. And all of that leaves us sitting 7th, which is actually very, very nice indeed. Frustrating, though, because it actually could have been 4th if we'd got the win against Villa that we were supposed to. But then again, other games could have gone differently as a result of that. But still, I'm ecstatic with that. 9 points above the drop zone. Now, again, we are punching above our weight, and we've had a pretty lax start and have got some important victories. Like, we've lost at home to Brighton and we drew at home to Villa. Those were more points that we dropped, frankly. We've barely played any of the big teams, so it makes sense that we are a little bit of a false position right now. But that's fine. 9 points above the drop after 8 games is pretty cushy, particularly as the bottom 3 are really already getting cut adrift, albeit they do have a game in hand over Bournemouth, but still. Southampton have been dreadful, Fulham have been dreadful, and we actually look reasonably solid right about now. Getting some clean sheets here and there, not conceding too many goals, to be honest. It's all looking relatively comfortable for us for now. So, thoughts on the patch. Essentially, I like where it's going. I don't think one-on-ones have changed at all, but again, it could just be small sample size. We'll see what it's like over like 20 matches, and then we'll have an idea of whether it's actually better. But the one thing I have noticed again that does seem to be a little bit of a holdover from what I didn't like about the beta is that suddenly Thomas Stepanek can't really dribble past anyone anymore like he was. He would get the ball and he can actually go past the defender, but now he doesn't. But don't worry, the opponent's figures still seem to be able to go past us. So it's frustrating that. Hopefully, again, that might just be something that we've seen in these matches, because he's still scoring some goals, but he's not going past people in the way that he was before. So hopefully that's just a random thing and we'll see how it goes on today. Those are really the only thoughts I have, but overall it's definitely an improvement over the beta. One thing I did notice though is a lot of the key passes that were created by our wingers were actually from long balls, so I've put them both on more direct passing. And I've got Guajardo crossing earlier, because he never manages to complete crosses anyway, because he's not got good enough dribbling to get in good areas. But all in all, I definitely saw a lot of things I liked more about. The build-up play, some of the stuff working the ball at the edge of the box. Players are rarely shooting from silly angles anymore. They're pulling it back, looking for interesting passes. A lot of the build-up play looks so much better. Like, they are newly promoted, but not going to make it easy for us by any stretch. Griffiths and Ernesto Cesano are both out, and it's a shame, because I actually really like Cesano. There's something about him that he just seems to have something. Although, weirdly, they're the favourites. I suppose they got 114 points last year, didn't they? So, same lineup I'm happy to go with. I really like David Ferguson's contributions so far this season, as you can see, and Dubois is definitely starting to come back up again now, which is, again, very nice to see. So I'm going to go with the same lineup and just do the bench. Yeah, bench is going to be Hughes, Kazikov, Booty, Moya, Drina, Hermansen, and Ron Coat. Actually, no, I want Sikonich instead of Hermansen. It's also been the first time in ages that I've not touched the tactic. It's been quite pleasant. My main concern is Juan Antonio Cerecedo. This guy, I mean, he's already got 8 goals this year. I'm worried that Dong's been drawn out here. That's actually not bad from him there, because now their striker's out of position. Got to make sure that we cover our angles here, though. Don't let them just pull it aimlessly. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. He went through 2 of them there. This is what I mean. They just seem to be able to go through people like they're not there again. Obviously, that is going to happen sometimes with good like dribblers, but 1-0 down inside, well, just after 10 minutes there. Ezekiel Barco with the goal from that angle. It seems to be really good for striking a ball. Wait, what? I don't know why the game hasn't shown us a replay of that. That's really weird. But we're a goal down at home to Norwich City, newly promoted Norwich. And Dubois again picking it up. Gets it away for Stepanek. See if he can take on his man. He's gone past him. My goodness, he's in. And it's hit the post. And another good tackle. Well played. Go on. Put it through from Peppo. He's in. And he's scored a one-on-one. Is he offside? He's not offside. It's just because of the weird glitch there. Lovely, lovely goal from Mpeppo and a lovely assist from Dubois. That actually, for a guy with 7 tackling, this was actually very good deep line playmaker play. And he actually found a really good ball through. And Mpeppo has to do a lot of work here. Opens his body up and bends one into the bottom corner here. I'm just going to do that thing to get rid of this. And by the way, if you're ever in this position where this thing starts to glitch out, hit the middle mouse button. I feel like we're on the cusp of winning the ball off them here. We just can't quite make that final ball. Final tackle, rather. Barco. Good tackle. And Peppo's got it. And he's actually gone past his man. Guajardo's not quite far enough forward, but Peppo might be able to get through himself. Oh, and he hasn't. But Stepanek Mill. Oh, God. I mean, we've basically seen nothing out of Norwich since their goal. Like, I've seen enough in that first half in terms of chance creation, shots, possession, and defensive solidity to make me believe that we can keep on pressing here and turn this game around. Now that he's settled into things, Dubois does look much more comfortable in our midfield. Guajardo. He can really affect game. Look at that for a ball. Stepanek. Can he whip it across for someone? He actually does. And then Peppo gets across there but can't quite find the back of the net. Really nice play again. Like, it's been all us. Basically since their goal, we've completely dominated this match, which inevitably means we'll lose. But hey, no, let's be positive about this for once. Deep, but Barco might well keep this in. That's actually a really good play. Okay. Well, there's actually a headed goal from a cross has actually been scored, to be fair. But would you believe? I can't believe that. Oh, we were defending so well, doing our jobs. It's a great ball in. I mean, we've played... What is it with us in these random home games in which we're actually playing pretty damn well and just not getting the result? Booty. Round the side from Peppo. And it's a good save again by the goalkeeper. It's a nice one. Actually, Perrier puts it in off the crossbar. Notts County 2, Norwich City 2. Yeah, I'd say we probably bloody deserve that, to be honest. We've been vastly the better side on the night, and I think we've been a bit unfortunate to concede the 2 goals that we have. Well, no, I think they're probably good value for one. It's a great ball, and we finally scored a goal from a corner. And then Peppo will, of course, get the assist, and that's surely going to be man of the match for him. Well, there you go. Notts County 2, Norwich 2. You can't win them all. I think we played very, very well on the night, though. Isut and Peppo with a goal and an assist there. Frustrating to concede the goals in the way that we did, but I think there was a lot to like about the way that we're playing now. And, you know, we play this game 9 times out of 10, we probably get the win. So that's a good sign for me. Right, let's move on to Liverpool, where we're going to probably not get the win. Right, we're back. And Norwich City just took a 1-1 draw at home against Manchester City. They are some serious team. And Cedasado's got himself... He's up to 10 goals in the league now. This is going to be quite some test for us. Now, Yundong picked up a bruised ankle, but he'll be fine to play, I would say. This is the issue, though. I'm digging deep here. And I think it's going to have to be Bojan Mehmeti, a guy who hasn't played for quite some time on that left-hand side, will have to start today against Liverpool. But more importantly, I don't know why I was even looking at that, since it's actually going to be this system we're going to be playing. And since he's more fit, I'm actually going to start Radoslav Mijic there today. So on the bench is going to be Griffiths, Kazikov, Booty, Moya, Drina, Sikinic and Ron Coates. That way we can switch things up with Griffiths if we have to. We're not expecting anything out of this game. We got freaking lucky against Spurs. It ain't going to happen again at Anfield. Also, Alexander Guberinic has left the club for £850,000 to go over to Željeznica over in Bosnia again. He wasn't going to get game time here. I figured it would be a good time to cash in on the lad. So that's what we've done. He's left as well. Yeah, this is going to be an insane game. If we don't lose this one like 5-0, I'd probably consider that a good result, to be honest. Good tackle from Lawati. He's still got it. How? There's 3 of them! Well, I mean, Liverpool are battering us, as we would expect. But so far, we have not yet caved in. Did those 2 just tackle each other? I think our 2 defenders just tackled each other to give away a corner. Not so good there, lads, eh? Just keep composed. Ferguson, brilliant tackle from David Ferguson there. He's got to look long. And Peppo doesn't win it, but now he could. Stepanek over the top, and Peppo, this is what I mean. He's got to find chances like this, and he's got to try and take them. And a good save by Alisson. Committing a few too many fouls for my liking, but half an hour in, still 0-0. Oh, come on. We were doing okay from a defensive standpoint, but unfortunately sometimes that's just going to be the case. And it's a great save by Paul. Well, half-time at Anfield, and we have still got ourselves a 0-0 draw currently. It probably won't last, but nevertheless, Paul is putting on a show. Mehmeti, not so much. Like, given how bad he's been, part of me is actually tempted to put Luetti there and then bring on Kazikov. And another chance for Grimaldo. Can he slip one around the side? He's probably going to. Madsen, saved by Paul again. Kazikov should not be being beaten there. Here we go. Stepanek has got it. Finally can have a chance to run it. He's got a bit of a head start. He's not going to be able to get past this guy, is he? Unless he can get us a penalty, perhaps. He's all the way in! That concerns me. I think Stepanek was our best out ball. Oh, no. Oh, God. Why is it in these big games, man? The goals we concede, it's always because of something like that. It's so... we're defended really well, but the goalkeeper, it's just a fumble from Paul after such a great game, and it's given him the goal. Alexander-Arnold, get out there. Don't let him square it. Don't let him square it. Or do, I guess. Yeah, the floodgates seem to have finally well and truly opened now. They've just been that little bit more composed. But what I would say, again, that's the kind of thing I like to see from the match engine, because Alexander-Arnold in this position, he didn't just blaze past our defender and then smash it to the side netting. They played it around in the box, and Fabinho's found a lovely little ball in the bottom corner. That's really nice football. I can still see the value in that, even when we're losing, you know? Good block. Ferguson lumps it clear, and hello! And Peppo's got this. Come on, lads, get out the pitch. Booty, lovely stuff. Ricky Griffiths is probably going to get the shot away here, I'd say. And, it forces another save out of Alisson. To be fair, it's not completely dissimilar to the Spurs game in the way that the pattern of the play's gone, except in the Spurs game we got us, oh dear, that's a bit shit. Nice header down though from Van Dijk of all people, who was in the box for some reason there. I don't know where he's playing. 3-0 to Liverpool. They've taken their chances, unlike Spurs against us, and they've also been able to carve us open a bit more, and we've had a little bit less. But nevertheless, you're not going to get those kind of results all the time. We've come here, we've dug in. What is Van Dijk doing up there though, is my question. I mean, the fact is they had 22 shots on target and we still only conceded the 3 goals. And generally speaking, that's the reason I don't really like doing these ones as the live comms, because unless you get the ridiculous result like against Spurs, most of the time it's just that kind of result, which is again obviously what you expect to have happen. I think Fulham and Everton would be a bit more fun than doing Everton and Leeds, because they're 2 home games and I want to mix things up a little bit as well and test ourselves away at Craven Cottage, where we've had some mixed results over the years. So if you've enjoyed this video, drop a like, that'd be gorgeous. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, that'd be brilliant as well. And as always, hold your gun, capybara. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.